China's continuing struggle with severe air pollution is now revealing its most devastating consequences. For years, the country's dense winter smog made international headlines, but the long-term effects of this pollution are only now becoming alarmingly clear. While there has been some improvement in air quality in recent years, China continues to suffer from a widespread health crisis that cannot be easily remedied. A recent report from the World Health Organization-linked International Agency for Research on Cancer highlights the terrifying link between China's air pollution and an alarming rise in lung adenocarcinoma, a form of lung cancer typically associated with non-smokers. The situation is so dire that China now leads the world in both the number of cases and deaths caused by this aggressive form of cancer. Lung adenocarcinoma, which has overtaken other forms of lung cancer globally, is now the most prevalent type of lung cancer in China. This shift in cancer patterns is attributed to a range of environmental and lifestyle factors, with air pollution playing a significant role. The study revealed that China accounted for more than 68% of the global cases of adenocarcinoma in men, and an even more shocking 70% of cases in women. The research points to the pervasive presence of particulate matter, PM, in the air, particularly fine particles, PM 2.5, as a key driver in this disturbing trend. These fine particles, which penetrate deep into the lungs, carry a host of toxic substances that damage lung tissue over time, setting the stage for mutations that lead to cancer. While China has made some progress in reducing particulate pollution, with a marked decline in PM 2.5 exposure post-2011, the damage may already be irreversible for many. Even though certain regions like Beijing have seen improvements, China remains the world's leading emitter of air pollutants, and millions of citizens continue to suffer the health consequences. The air pollution levels in the country have reached such extreme levels that they pose a far greater threat than smoking for the general population. Though smoking remains the largest risk factor for lung cancer, the pervasive exposure to polluted air has increased the vulnerability of the population at large, including individuals who have never smoked. As smoking rates decline, the proportion of lung cancer cases among non-smokers, particularly women and younger generations, has increased dramatically. The impact of air pollution goes far beyond just an increase in cancer rates. Studies show that the pollutants in the air also accelerate the growth of specific genetic mutations, particularly the EGFR mutation, which is linked to the development of lung adenocarcinoma. Experts believe that the toxic mix of chemicals in polluted air acts as a fertile soil that enables these genetic mutations to thrive, further compounding the already heavy burden of disease. For people living in heavily polluted areas, the likelihood of developing these dangerous mutations increases, making the fight against lung cancer more urgent than ever. As the number of cases continues to rise, China faces an increasingly dire health crisis. Lung cancer has already overtaken liver cancer as the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the country, with over 733,000 people dying from it in 2022 alone. The most disturbing aspect of this trend is that lung cancer is no longer limited to smokers. It is increasingly affecting never smokers, particularly young women, who are now bearing the brunt of this invisible epidemic. With the highest concentration of adenocarcinoma cases found in East Asia, and especially China, it's clear that pollution is not just a local issue but a global one, with ripple effects that could extend far beyond the country's borders. Even though measures have been taken to reduce pollution levels, it is clear that the damage caused by decades of toxic air exposure cannot be undone. The shift in lung cancer types, with adenocarcinoma becoming the dominant form, is indicative of a growing public health crisis that demands immediate attention. The current state of air pollution is not just an inconvenience. It is a clear and present danger that is causing irreversible harm to public health. Without stronger policies to combat pollution and a greater commitment to public health, the death toll will only continue to climb, and the future of millions of Chinese citizens remains uncertain.